Good evening, Chicago, and welcome to this week's StreetWise Street Scene. My name is Greg Pritchett. I'm the Director of Distribution for StreetWise Magazine, and I want to thank CAN TV once again for giving us the opportunity every Friday at 6 o'clock to come into your household and bring about the awareness of our organization, StreetWise, and what we have to offer and how you can be a part of our organization and take advantage of it in a positive way. You know, I still get the question, what is StreetWise? And it's very clear that we are an organization that helps men and women who are homeless or at risk of being homeless. We empower men and women through employment to help them become self-sufficient. You know, when you think about StreetWise, a lot of people think that all vendors are homeless, which is not true. We have a lot of formerly homeless men and women who sell the magazine. How did they become formerly homeless? Well, they use StreetWise as a resource to get out of that situation. We also have vendors who sell StreetWise who have never been homeless a day in their life. Why do they sell StreetWise? Well, so they can keep their place. Bills have to be paid. I'm proud to say that we have vendors who are working on getting their GED. We have vendors who have part-time jobs outside of StreetWise. They sell StreetWise for extra income. Now, you know Chicago like I know. That number is getting smaller because today, people are losing their jobs. People are getting laid off. StreetWise vendors are working. And I'm also proud to say that we have some vendors who are in college. So I'm just trying to give you a view of how our vendor force is. But if you will pay attention to the stereotypes, I guess you would think that all vendors are homeless, which is not true. We did a survey, and the survey said that 68% of the vendors said before they came to the organization, they were actually living in the streets. But because they was able to sell the magazine, it helped them get a hotel room that night and the next night. And in some cases, they will put some money to the side and get a studio apartment. When you think of StreetWise, you think of magazine. Well, StreetWise is more than a magazine. Where we are today as an organization, I feel we are the best place that we've ever been in the 20 years history of StreetWise. We have full-time case management where help our vendors with housing, recovery, health issues, educational needs, and definitely help them find better jobs outside of StreetWise. We have our new workforce development where our vendors are able to put together resumes, do job search outside the organization. And StreetWise is just a great place to be right now. Definitely in our work empowerment center where our vendors are able to use computers from the time we open to the time we close. We pair them up with a tutor, and that way they get an undivided attention they need. It's more easy for them to ask questions. They're more comfortable. That seems to work well at StreetWise with a one-on-one tutor basis. And also our StreetWise Vendor Cafe, which is the most popular area in our facility, where we have hot meals for our vendors from the time we open to the time we close. Real nice hot meals, warm soup. It's an awesome place for our vendors to be, to congregate, to socialize, and also to get ready to go back on the streets to work a job. That's what our vendors do. They work a job. I consider StreetWise vendors businessmen and women and entrepreneurs. If you're out there right now, Chicago, and you've been looking for a job, hey, I want to encourage you to continue to look. But at the same time, if you're looking for something right now to help you get over, or something probably long term, then you should really think about coming down to StreetWise. And this is what I want you to do. Just like Chicago, hey, we want you to go to work. So Chicago go to work, so can you. Become a StreetWise vendor. We'll help you get started. Your first 15 magazines are free. That means $30 worth of magazines free to get you started. Where you'll be able to work for yourself, work at your own pace. Start immediately. Everyone qualifies. Orientation is every Monday and Thursday at our new facilities, 4554 North Broadway. 4554 North Broadway. That's right, StreetWise is in the Uptown. We're in the Uptown neighborhood. So I just want to, give you that information. We don't discriminate. So I want to invite you to be able to come down to our orientation and visit our facility. Chicago, this is a call-in show. I'm on every Friday. I have a special guest that I want to bring on a little bit later. We want to talk about things in the magazine. But right now, I think we have a caller. And caller, you're on the air. Welcome to StreetWise Street Scene. Question or comment?
Hi there, I'm just calling you because I am a graduate of the StreetWise organization, and the leadership which you have provided for me has put me in a good path, so I would like to share a potential thought with you.
All right. Well, what's your name?
My name is Jerry Burke, and what I'd like to say is the one coolest thing that you guys could do, how you got that vendor cafe, and everybody I talk to who puts in work for the organization, maybe you could open it up to the public, and the public can make some donations and go in there too, if that is opportunity available to, make some fundamental dollars for the organization.
All right, I thank you for your call, and that's a very good question. And my answer would be, give us a call down at our facility. 773-344-6600, and you can get in touch with Jim Lobianco, and he can definitely put you in the right direction. One of the ways we are funding our organization, we do depend on major contributions. We do depend on donations, of course, grants, and there seem to be less grants the way the economy is today. We depend on magazine sales, we depend on advertising, and we definitely depend on donations. So if you'd like to donate and help and contribute to our organization, give us a call at 773-344-6600 and get in touch with Jim Lobianco. If you'd like more information about our organization, check out our website. Okay, you can get in touch with us, www.streetwise.org, www.streetwise.org. And speaking about what, social media, well, we step up our game today at Streetwise, and Streetwise is definitely on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and our website, streetwise.org. Check out the website. Through our website, you can learn how you can volunteer your time. You can learn how you can make donations to the organization. You can learn about upcoming events with our organization. You can learn how to volunteer. We depend on volunteers to help us in administration, to help us with tutoring, to help us in our vendor cafe. You can learn about our vendors, and definitely you can learn about the history, how far we've come as an organization. This is our 20th year, and as you look around, a lot of non-for-profits don't last that long, and I'm proud to say that this is our 20th year in helping men and women, empowering them through employment. So check us out in social media. Once again, we're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and our website, www.streetwise.org. We also like your support, Chicago, in our vendor picture customer program, okay? Like, for instance, we want you to send in your picture of you and a vendor, your favorite vendor, and this particular picture was taken by Elder Cook and Elder Davis. They wrote about the Streetwise vendor Sam Sanders, and they stated, we had an opportunity to meet Sam around Wrigley. His personality was great, and he was more than willing to help us out. Thanks for sending great vendors, especially Sam. So we want to thank them for sending in that photo, and we want you, Chicago, to send in your photos, okay? Snap that picture and send in that photo of you and your favorite vendor along with the comment and about a brief, interaction with that vendor. We want you to send it to blangmeyer@streetwise.org, blangmeyer@streetwise.org. That's one of our most popular sections. We're getting a lot of photos, but we can always use more. And I find it's very interesting to find out some of the comments that customers have and some of the questions they have about vendors. So we want you to send that in to blangmeyer@streetwise.org. Chicago, every week our vendors have something new to sell. They have something new to promote. They have something new to offer their customers. When you look back in the history of Streetwise, when we first started in 1992, the paper came out once a month. That's a lot of time between new editions. We've come a long way. Like I said, every week our vendors have something new to sell. They have something new to promote. They have something new to offer their customers. Every Wednesday we come out, and this Wednesdays we're talking about the hot time in the summertime here in Chicago, Chicago Summer Festivals. Check out this spread. We have all the information about all the festivals around the city of Chicago. We go into the neighborhoods. We talk about the neighborhood festivals. Check out our festival edition this week. And next week, we're talking about fighting hunger. So if you like to check out those editions, get to a Streetwise vendor near you. Look for this badge. If they don't have it, don't purchase a magazine from them. Tell them to come on down to Streetwise and do it the right way. So there you have it, Chicago. That's bullet points about the organization. Definitely pay attention to our mission statement, and definitely take the opportunity to find out more about us at our website, streetwise.org. My first guest, okay, Chicago, was born in Munster, Indiana, raised in Chicago. She's a graduate of Thornwood High. She attended IADT. And currently one of our up-and-coming female vendors. I want to welcome to the show, to StreetWise Street Scene, Alex Nunez. Welcome to the show, Alex.
Hi.
It's good to have you on the show. I mean, a lot of people always ask us, well, Greg, I see a lot of male vendors, but do you all have female vendors? I said, yes, we do. We have a lot of hard-working, dedicated female vendors, and you are definitely one of those female vendors. How long have you been a vendor?
I've been a vendor for since April of 2011.
So you really knew it within the organization, and definitely I feel that you've grown a lot being at StreetWise. Would you say you've grown a lot?
Yes, I have.
Not just financially, but also getting to know the city, and selling the magazines. Now, how did you get to StreetWise? You know, there's always a story how people get to the organization. I always find it interesting. But how did you get to StreetWise?
Well, it was a former vendor. His name is Robert Adams, and he introduced me to StreetWise, which basically he explained how it worked and how the orientation worked. And I was hesitant at first, but then I gave it a chance, and I really like working for StreetWise, and I have grown. And
so you know, you came to the orientation. How did the orientation have an impact on you?
Well, with a whole lot of help from you. It was basically you made the orientation just lively, and you've taught me how have marketing skills, and you just made the orientation. You just make this whole business just lively and not boring. And
yeah, because I used to go to a lot of boring orientation, and you lose people's attention. So I do try to get in entertainment. But you know, I always tell people I can give plenty of keys to the game. I don't know everything. I learn every day, but I can put all the keys out there. But if people are not taking the keys and open up the doors to the rooms that we call self-sufficient, it's not going to work. And you've definitely done that. You know, you've taken those keys and opened up the doors to help embed yourself. You know, and I'm very, very proud of you, because you know, you got to admit, when you first came in, you know, self-esteem was a little dragging on the ground, and that's you know, that happens sometimes when people. And that's one of the joys I like. I get out of doing orientation, is to see people come to orientation, and actually you can literally see their self-esteem dragging right behind them.
I've had low self-esteem, low confidence, but now working for StreetWise, it basically has hired my self-esteem, my self-confidence, and it also has brought me some great ideas. May I share some of my ideas?
Yes, sure. Come on.
Basically, what my very first logo basically is, check out StreetWise. StreetWise today. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Check out StreetWise today, or streetwise.org.
Now, when you first came out, you had several locations too. We got you in the right location, which really fit you. What do you most enjoy about selling StreetWise?
Basically, I enjoy seeing. I've built a little bit of, and I'm still building a customer clientele, and I just enjoy seeing people smile. I smile all the time when I greet people, and the money is actually better. It's
not bad, huh?
Yeah, and the location's better too.
And that comes from you and your interaction with the people. So you like being around people. You know, it's giving you something to do. You know, and you work it like a job. Would you consider StreetWise a real job?
Yeah. And just real quick also for this idea, for all summer long, and look this up, from June all the way up to September, I will be doing a buy one get one free, which basically is a buy a StreetWise, get a free bottle, and that's it.
That's a free bottle of water.
Free bottle of water, yes. Buy a StreetWise, get one bottle of water for free.
And you know, that may be a good strategic planning, marketing, idea, because it gets real hot. I know it was hot last weekend during the Memorial Day weekend. Yes. And the location, where can they find you?
Every day from Monday through Fridays, you can find me at Chestnut and Rush, right in front of Starbucks from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
That's the Gold Coast.
And from 3 to 7 p.m. you can find me at Randolph, the corner of Randolph and Wacker. That's right across the street from Starbucks.
Right, and that's right over there by the river, and that's really like the West Loop. Stepping stone. We was talking about your history, and the accomplishments you made, using StreetWise as a stepping stone. you know, to better yourself. How do you feel as able to do that? How were you able to do that as far as your housing situation?
Actually, I've been unemployed for about 10 years. I have been like tediously looking for jobs, job after jobs, and I would have I'll give you a call back, or I would never get a call back, and I would wait and wait and wait, and StreetWise has just given me a stepping stone, and it supports me financially, and also I do have a 4-year-old child, and I save that money that I get from StreetWise, and
you take care of your child.
Yes, basically.
And that's a beautiful thing, because, you know, I know a lot of people who can use to be a part of this, you know, to be a part of this organization. And I've seen a lot of people come through StreetWise and take care of their families, you know, get apartments, utilize our resources. One of the things I see you in a lot, I see you over in the computer room. What do you do over there? Do you research?
I do a little bit of everything on the computers. Just, well, I get a little something to eat first, and I get on the computer, and I do a little bit of everything. I go on Facebook. I try to update my resumes, and this actually has been a stepping stone as a salesperson, because I've never been a salesperson before. So this is my actual first time of being a salesperson, and, you know, as I'm still learning, that I could put that on my resume.
Yes, you definitely can, and people do that all the time, because, you know, I find out that people say, well, this person can be out there on a consistent basis and sell StreetWise and be that serious as far as selling StreetWise and taking rejection and flipping it into a positive and actually building a business. I've had people hire vendors just behind that, you know, so it is positive. But I know one of the strengths I've noticed that you have is you have a routine. You know, we talked about the computers and coming to get something to eat, but that's after you've done that first shift early in the morning. You out there at 6 in the morning. Let's talk about that routine, starting at 6 in the morning.
Well, basically, I've come a long way from being homeless and going from house to house and from hotel to hotel to actually having my very own apartment, which I use some of that StreetWise money to maintain the rent and things like that. And from there, like, I get up at 5 in the morning. Then I usually get out of the house by at least 6 o'clock. Then I get by my spot around 6:30, 7 o'clock, sometimes around 7:30, 8 o'clock. But I do still, you know, get enough money and enough sales too. So, and then after 10 o'clock, I do have an inventory, which I have a notebook, and I keep a track on how many sales and how much money I've made.
Taking it serious.
Exactly.
So after that first shift, you come to the office, take that break, you know, do your record books, and then get you something to eat at the office, and then you head back out and do the evening rush hour.
Exactly. But I usually in between just get that, you know, that little sleep in between.
Oh, you do sleep?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Because it seems like you always on the move, my sister. You know, and I'm definitely proud, because, you know, you do have a disability. I mean, believe it or not, Chicago, I mean,
I
Alex
am visually impaired.
That's right, and she's legally blind, but, you know, she doesn't let that stop her. You would never know it. In fact, we just walked straight on across the street, and I wanted to get ready to hold her hand and bring her across, and she pulled back. She doesn't need any help. This is a strong trooper, and I have a lot of total respect for you, you know, and I know that you are an inspiration to a lot of the female vendors in our organization, and, you know, you don't let nothing hold you back.
And I just want to say also that this, you know, any panhandlers out there, come to StreetWise. Don't, you know, hand up. No.
Have a hand up, not a hand out, right?
Exactly.
And, you know, we have this new saying, you know, it's about the StreetWise exists, so panhandling shouldn't have to, Chicago. You know, if you see anybody out there begging for change, you know, tell them to come down to StreetWise and do it the right way, you know, run a business. But what I found out, a lot of people can't get out here and do it like Alex does. They can't get out here and work a job like Troy does on a consistent basis. You know, StreetWise is definitely a job, but we don't want to discriminate against people. So, you know, if you would like a job opportunity in Chicago, if you know someone who needs a job opportunity, hey, tell them to come on down to StreetWise, 4554 North Broadway. Become a StreetWise vendor. This is a job. We have people who make $50 a day. Some people make $60 a day. Some people can be like Alex and do a little bit more. I'm not going to put her numbers out there, but she's definitely working it. But if you think it's going to come without a cost, it's going to come with a cost. What's going to come with a cost? Hard work. But once you get past that, hey, the rewards are great, and the rewards is to become self-sufficient, and self-sufficient means you don't have to ask nobody for anything. Alex, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Okay.
I'm always, want to give Chicago an opportunity to see the men and women that we have in our organization and then highlight them.